Hi guys, Drew here with Smokecraft Barbecue, and today I'm going to show you how to make some barbecue street corn. Alright, we're going to start off today. You can see I've got some beautiful pieces of white corn. So we went ahead and we've shucked these and we pulled them back. We left a little bit of the piece on the top, the shuck or the husk, so you can hold it and it's going to have a really cool presentation effect. And then we're going to be cooking this on our 270 GS, which I got burning right now with some B&B oak lump charcoal. So we're going to do a couple things here to get this ready. But first and foremost, we're going to start off by taking we're going to take a little metal pan here, and we're going to take some Kerrygold Irish butter. This is a little bit creamier, higher fat content butter, so it's really good with smoke. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take some of this and we're going to go ahead and melt it by putting it into our smoker. I'm just going to take one stick of it because I'm going to just use this at the end to kind of base on top of our corn. So I'm just going to put it right into a foil pan, and I'm going to put this on the back side on indirect heat inside my 270 GS, so it can just get a little bit of smoke, and at the same time it's just going to melt for us nicely. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take our corn, our 3 ears of corn, and I'm going to put these on direct heat. So I'm going to put them right over my oak fire. You can see I got a nice going fire here. And I'm just going to put some pieces of corn on here. Put that corn right on there. I'm not too worried about that husk sticking out of it. But we're going to get some corn going. And we're going to start grilling. We're just going to let it kind of grill and let it do its thing. Gotta get that husk out of the edge so we can get it close. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, let that do its thing, begin to grill. We'll check on it in a few minutes. In the meantime, what we're gonna do for our street corn is we're gonna go ahead and prepare a chipotle mayonnaise. So what I have here, I have half a cup of mayonnaise, and we're gonna put it into our bowl. I've got 1 tablespoon of water just to help thin this out. I have 2 teaspoons of fresh lime juice. About 1/8 a teaspoon of some kosher salt. Okay, I have right here, I have half of a teaspoon of chili powder. 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, and half a teaspoon of chipotle powder. So we go ahead and put all that in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to mix this up. Now, when you make this, instead of using a chipotle powder, if you want, you could use and blend some chipotle chilies. That would totally work. There is a recipe for that, which I'll make sure I post the ratio in this video. But I find it's just easier to go ahead and do this. Now you can do this ahead of time, do this the day before. This is gonna hold, obviously. It's just some mayonnaise with some spices, so this will hold for days. So we're just gonna make sure we got no clumps in here and kind of mix it up. And then this is gonna be ready for us right at the end. Now, if you do this a couple days ahead, you're gonna get even more flavor because your flavor is gonna be able to get into it. And it's gonna be fantastic. All right, so while that's there, we're gonna go ahead. Oh yeah, look at that. We're just gonna begin rotating our corn. You know, don't worry about the husk burning, that's totally fine. You know, we're gonna rotate our corn because we wanna get all of that really great flavor. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a hot glove on since we got some hot heat here. So yeah, we don't wanna burn it, so just keep an eye on it, keep rotating, keep going as you go. You can see our butter over here is beginning to melt perfectly, which is great. All right, so we'll just keep an eye on this, keep rotating it. So once it's all rotated and once we got this corn cooked, we're gonna come back and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna go ahead and finish off our corn tonight. All right guys, we've been grilling our corn here on our 270 GS. Now what's really cool about this smoker is we can go direct heat or indirect heat. So as you can see, we began to get a little bit of color onto our corn, and we wanted to make sure it was cooked all the way, so I moved it over to indirect heat to finish the cooking. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take the first 2 pieces off here, and we're going to do 2 pieces at a time, and then we'll put the third one on in just a minute. So Move that all the way far end, away from direct heat. All right, so what I'm gonna do as I make my street corn is now definitely cooked. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this butter, which we melted, and I've taken out. I'm gonna take some butter, and we're gonna paint this butter right on top of the corn. And who doesn't want nice creamy butter in corn? So we're gonna go ahead, paint it right on the corn. I'm gonna rotate the corn, make sure we get all different sides of it with all of our butter, because you gotta have buttered corn. So butter, let's make sure we get all the way around, get all that nice moisture and flavor on here. All right, so we buttered our corn. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of grated Parmesan cheese. You could use cotija cheese too if you can find it in your grocery store. Cotija cheese is a Mexican cheese. It's very similar to Parmesan. It's fantastic on this. I couldn't find any for today's video, so we're using just some Parmesan cheese. So what I'm gonna do, again, I'm gonna just rotate it, pour the Parmesan cheese right on top. Let's get that Parmesan all over it. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a chili lime spice. This is Tajín. This is a chili lime spice you can find at your grocery store. This is a really cool chili lime spice. So we're just gonna take some and we're gonna just pour it right on top. Pour it right on top, same thing. Rotate, roll. You have this absolutely awesome chili lime flavor that's gonna come out of this. Make sure it's coming out. Mine's a little clogged up there. There we go. All right, so chili lime spice. Oh yeah. There we go. Can't go wrong. All right, so we got some chili lime spice. Last thing I'm gonna do, I took our chipotle mayo, which we made, and I'm just gonna drizzle this on top. I put it into a squeeze bottle just to make it easier to work with. But we're gonna just drizzle some chipotle mayo right on top, just like that. All right, so I'm gonna grab that other piece of corn, since we got 3 pieces, and I'm gonna put this right on top of it. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna kind of paint it over the butter so we don't mess up that beautiful presentation. Just paint it, get all that butter, all that beautifulness right there. Oh yeah, look at that. All right, we're gonna go ahead, just drizzle that Parmesan cheese right on top of it. It's okay, we're making a mess on our table. We're gonna clean this up afterwards. And it's not cooking if you aren't making a mess. I tell you what, I'm notorious for making messes, so. All right, and so last thing, again, I wanna make sure that we got some of that spice, it's not all jammed up in there. Again, we're just gonna drizzle, there we go. Just drizzle this with a little bit of this spice right on top. And I'm just gonna put it right on top of those other 2, just to sit it here for beautiful presentation. I'm gonna drizzle a little bit more of our chipotle mayo right on top. And just to bring this all together, to have a nice, beautiful plate, I'm gonna add a little bit of some freshly chopped cilantro. Bring it all together here. And that right there is a beautiful looking plate of street corn. So let me just bask in its base in its glory for just a moment, and then we're gonna get in and try it once it cools down. Okay, so we let our corn cool for just a second since it was in the hot butter and came off, but I can't wait any longer. So let's go ahead and get into this corn. It just looks so amazing. Let's see how it tastes. Oh my God. That chipotle mayo, it just gives it this really nice richness. Tajín spice, that chili lime flavor that comes out. The Parmesan cheese gives it just a little bit of saltiness, and the cilantro has that freshness to it. I'm being cooked right over the fire. You get just that hint of smoke. I know I got stuff all over my face, but I'm just gonna keep eating here. So You guys gotta try this at home. This is a great side dish. It's super, super easy to make. And you're really gonna enjoy this and wow your family when you do this next time you're on the grill. I'm just gonna keep eating here, so. We'll see you next time.